Buset. Halo Denzel, udah mulai cuy. Sudah mulai bro. Kau nonton di mana? Di aplikasi. Nonton di aplikasi cuy. Kayaknya Hanif turu ya. Kayaknya mereka besok sekolah bro itu bro.
Is going to be a lot to handle for the left-sided center back.
Marquinhos with the ball out towards Hakimi on the right side. The Moroccan international in towards João Neves. Caicedo coming in with a challenge. It's a heavy one, and it's penalised by the referee Ali Reza Fagani from Australia, 47-year-old who has taken charge in 2 World Cups. Enzo Maresca just coming to the end of his first season in charge of Chelsea. They already have a trophy.
Oh, kau juga sekolah.
Won the Europa Conference League, beating Real Betis 4-1 in the final back on May the 20th.
Ya baru
They finished
4
4th in
menit.
the Premier League in Maresca's first year in charge.
So Enzo Maresca had a big decision to make, and we thought it was going to be like for like with either Malo Gusto or Rhys James. He made the adjustment, push Rhys James in the
Kayaknya cuma
midfield
kau
with
yang
trifecta,
nonton.
Enzo and Moises Caicedo. So they are
Prediksi
man-to-man
kau gimana nih?
with what Luis Enrique's midfield 3 for PSG looks like.
Kayaknya Chelsea menang 2-0.
Down the
Percaya deh.
left side, and Sanchez able to claim his 6th start of the tournament.
And a big matchup on the left-hand side defensively between Cucurella and Pedro Neto, trying to deal with Doué and Hakimi. 2 players, when you talk about touches, passes, possession, and
3-2.
overall effectiveness down that right-hand side.
Chelsea 2 cuy.
Towards Enzo Fernandez. He plays it quickly forward. João Pedro is chasing in round the back here. He's got Gusto pushing forward right side of the box. Couldn't get the early ball in as Marquinhos defends. Support from Pedro Neto. João Pedro all the way back towards Cucurella. Chelsea with a positive start here against the European champions. Beraldo has to clear away.
Well, to put this start in context, Vincent Kompany and Bayern Munich allowed just 271 passes from PSG, and again they went down to
Iya, Chelsea yang dulu tuh beda dengan yang sekarang bro. Dulu parkir bus.
630 to be exact against Real Madrid.
Sekarang tuh lebih banyak serangan.
Support coming down the right side from Malo Gusto, but Palmer will try and wriggle his way along the edge
Anjir
of the
men,
box.
Cole Palmer.
Still going Palmer, finds Gusto with the ball across the face of goal. Hooked away there by Nuno Mendes. And Chelsea's front foot start continues 5 minutes in here at MetLife Stadium. With Caicedo, the ball down the line, too much on it for Gusto. 2 changes for Chelsea from the semi-final win against Fluminense. Colwell and James in for Tosin and Nkunku. Luis Enrique has been in charge of Paris Saint-Germain for 2 years now. They won the Champions League 5-0 against Inter, the biggest winning margin in a European Football Champions League final. They won Coupe de France, beating Reims in the final. They won the league as well. Remarkable record in knockout games of late for Paris Saint-Germain.
Gua kok feeling Chelsea menang. Kenapa lebih agresif dibandingkan dengan Inter kemarin? Gak bisa ngapa-ngapain bro, Inter kemarin bro. Aneh banget Inter. Padahal sebelum final tuh mainnya bagus. Giliran ketemu PSG kicep. Tadi saya pasang alarmnya tuh 15 menit sebelum match.
Cutting in against Mendes. Gusto comes to join the attack and picks up play by the corner flag. PSG hardly out of their own half so far in the opening 7 minutes of this Club World Cup final.
Cuma takutnya nih PSG serangan balik. PSG serangan balik mati bro ini bro. Depannya itu pelari handal.
Caicedo inside for Reece James. Enzo Fernandez wide for Neto. 25-year-old Portuguese attacker trying to cut in on Hakimi.
Ayo.
Fernandez with the ball in João Pedro, back for Cole Palmer.
Anjir men.
He wasn't too far away. Chelsea's fast start almost rewarded.
Well, quick combination play, and it starts with Reece
Cole
James.
Palmer bajingan.
Central part of this midfield for Chelsea. Ball played out to Pedro Neto, and that flick from João Pedro was perfect. And as he sets himself up with that cultured
Kayaknya
left foot,
tontonan saya delay sama kau deh. Beda beberapa detik kayaknya.
Regardless, just inches outside that right post of Donnarumma. What a phenomenal start for Chelsea.
Gila bro Cole Palmer.
Donnarumma's high ball downfield. He's played every minute of the tournament.
Dia Zen. Gak tahu ini nontonnya di mana nih. Di aplikasi ilegal cuy.
Brazilian side getting the win that day. Although PSG did have 16 shots and 74% possession, they just had 2 shots on target. Caicedo's ball
Gak apa-apa sih, beda beberapa detik.
Pedro will chase forward. Ronaldo just the defending.
Does a good job, João Pedro, when he's played down in these channels. He's going to have the ability to stretch his legs, and that's going to be a tough challenge for Beraldo. But right there, stands his ground, deft little toe poke, takes him out of possession.
Marquinhos. Brazilian at the back alongside Beraldo today. Pacho had played every minute until his sending off against Bayern Munich in Atlanta, where PSG needed a couple of late goals to get through in that quarter-final. Hakimi down the right side up against
bro,
Neto.
gak ngopi bro.
Positive run forward here. This is Due.
Minum air es, air dingin. Biar segar bro.
Back for Vitinha. They'll switch it across here to Nuno Mendes, who has appeared in every game and started 6 now. Kvaratskhelia, a goal and 2 assists in the tournament. Up against Gusto. Georgian international back to Ruiz. The first real sustained period of any possession inside the Chelsea half here for PSG as Marquinhos goes back out wide.
Luke, and this is where we start to see the rotation specific to the midfield and the front three. And if Chelsea goes man-to-man, they're going to need a lot of communication with those secondary runs coming out of the midfield.
Kayaknya Chelsea main lebih agresif.
The referee's played advantage, but talking to you expect that's a good challenge from Enzo, allowing João Neves to know that he's not going to have simple touches off his left shoulder. There's going to be plenty of statement challenges, Luke, over the course of this 90 minutes.
Ronaldo with the ball through the middle towards Mendes. Picked up by Caicedo. Already a battle in the midfield. João Pedro going tumbling, and the referee has blown the whistle here. 11 minutes in, Chelsea and PSG, it's goalless here.
So it's a strong challenge with two players going
Enggak
in
sih, itu
opposite direction.
kena pahanya,
For Nuno Mendes, he takes the heaviest of that challenge from João Pedro.
Dia nendang bola tapi angkat kakinya tinggi.
55 million is you would have thought that Liam Delap would have been the answer, and based on the start, he was earning the respect from Enzo Maresca in that number 9 position, but picking up that second yellow card, opening the door with the suspension for João Pedro to come in. He's a really fascinating mix of both Liam Delap and Nicholas Jackson.
The first ever club meeting in a major final between teams from England and France.
Ke selatan.
Played in from Doué towards the edge of the box. Caicedo in with the challenge. He got the ball according to the referee. And João Pedro pushes that one down the left side. Pedro Neto couldn't get away as Marquinhos rushed across to make the challenge. João Pedro will chase. Out of play off
Iya, kayaknya Chelsea ini lebih main kasar, bro.
Third start of the tournament.
The referee obviously allowing this game to find its own physicality and the rhythm without using the whistle too often.
One back by Enzo Fernandez, but given away towards Dembele. Cucurella got a touch. And a free kick given now the way of Paris Saint-Germain with Doué down.
Well, initially playing the advantage of possession for PSG, but once that ball was played into the space, it was the foul from Cucurella coming through on Doué. Leaves the foot in.
Anjir, man.
He gets ball, but comes through the player. Nothing more, nothing less. No yellow card warranted.
Chelsea main lebih gerasa-gerusuk.
5 PSG players have started every match. Doué, Hakimi, Kvaratskhelia, Donnarumma and Vitinha, the last 2 of them playing every minute of this Club World Cup so far. Here is Ruiz, who scored 2 goals in the semi-final.
And it won't be lost on Reece James. Those secondary runs popping inside the penalty area is where he was ruthless against Real Madrid the other afternoon here at MetLife. 2 goals from late arriving runs and just cutting the heart and soul of Real Madrid's defense out.
Hakimi down the right side. Looks towards the back post for Kvaratskhelia, but it doesn't work out.
You take another look at the build-up and the layoff from João Pedro, and this setup, he's got his goalkeeper at his mercy and just a whisker past the outside of that right post.
Palmer tadi kalau tendang gol.
Well, PSG have scored
PSG
16
lagi
goals
passing.
in the tournament. They got 4 against Real Madrid, 2 against Bayern, 4 against Miami in the 3 knockout round games. They've scored 10 of those 16 in the first half. Chelsea yet to give up a goal in the first 45 minutes of play in this Club World Cup.
Well, look, it looks different than it did the other day against Fluminense. There's the same mentality in terms of the press and trying to win the ball back. But with Nkunku dropping to the bench, Reece James coming in this midfield 3, Cole Palmer has even more time and space to try to pick these spots on the right-hand side of Chelsea's attack.
Dembele dropping very deep to get on the
Saya tuh
ball.
menit 14:43. Emang di kau menit berapa?
For Hakimi. Doué down the right side. Patience here from Paris Saint-Germain as we reach the 15-minute mark. Dembele, the first time ball forward. Ruiz chasing down the left.
Anjir, 16.
Towards the back post. And a cross from Due to Hakimi. Maybe Due should have had
Set, bentar saya coba lihat ya.
the first.
Cucurella has to make a decision, and he makes the right one. Watch as he enters the top of the 18-yard box, comes back across, and very
Sekarang
quickly
16.
recognizes that it's a cutback ball instead of a ball.
Oh, bedanya 30 detik anjir.
A
Bentar.
phenomenal read from the outside left back.
Coba saya lihat di
Augusto.
Oh ya, ini ada nih yang menit 16. 16:28.
They would have known that Chelsea would have started this fast, Paris Saint-Germain, but what they're preying on is the fact that Chelsea will slow down as this half goes on, and they will be a split second late in the press, and that's where PSG, there's no team in world football better to find in the spare man than PSG.
Ini sekarang menit 17.
Ronaldo. Control from Dembele. Reece James in such close attention. Fabian Luis back to Ousmane Dembele. Vitinha.
Besok kok sekolah ya? Entar. Udah mulai sekolah.
FIFA Club World Cup coming to an end today, but exciting times for UK viewers as DAZN is the new home of Italian football, showing every game from Serie A. Here is Desire Doué! Wonderful reaction from
Hampir cuy, Doué cuy. Harus patahin kakinya, bro. Bahaya, bro.
Strong left hand here. Look, Doué on his left foot. He scored from a similar position in the quarterfinals. A good strong hand from Robert Sanchez. Keeps the rebound close to his chest. It's over 300 Serie A games this season coming up on DAZN. It's for viewers in the UK, and if you're outside the UK, you can still enjoy the highlights on DAZN and the DAZN app. Cole Palmer with a big opportunity at one end.
Halo telur.
Robert Sanchez making a
Baru live telur.
save for the other two.
Baru live. Lagi nonton Chelsea sama PSG.
How high Reece James is here on Vitinha, knows he can't give that man any space and time on the ball.
Anjir, men.
Would have had nightmares about last night. Paris Saint-Germain exploiting that pace they have, getting in behind the Chelsea defence. Quick recovery from Maresco's team to get Blue Bunnies back here.
Chelsea udah gak ada serangan, bro.
That's going to be the threat. That is the template which has been so successful for Paris Saint-Germain all season. One good run, one good pass, and it can be all over. This is why they're so good, because Desire Doué knows the run Hakimi's going to make. He doesn't even need to look. Any sign of trouble, I'm going to turn it in behind. From Cucurella. Paris Saint-Germain wanted a free kick there. Not going to get it.
Kurela bagus, tapi katanya mau dijual. Semoga aja enggak. Iya bro, kayaknya semua pemain PSG yang pegang bola dikejar sama dia bro. Ayo.
Counter-attacking opportunity for Chelsea if they pick the passes right. Pedro Neto disgusted on the far side. He wanted that play to hit.
Pedro Neto was on that far side, but it's equally as important that Chelsea don't give the ball back to Paris.
Piece of range of passing for Robin Sanchez, and Nuno Mendes has been caught out here. Malo Gusto had the composure to turn. Cole Palmer!
Anjir men. Cole Palmer bro.
Accuracy over power.
Mantap bro.
On a baking hot day in New Jersey. Feel the chills for Cole Palmer.
Anjir bro.
Chelsea lead.
Saatnya parkir bus. Loh, kenapa nih bro? Berantem bro. Loh, Cole Palmer kan dari dulu emang GG dia bro. Anjir berantem anjir. Kenapa ini?
Midway through the first half, Chelsea rewarded for their high-octane start. It's 2 goals in the Club World Cup now for the boy.
Kirain dianulir.
They thoroughly deserve it. Their intent to start this game, they've targeted this one a few times. So Malo Gusto in behind Nuno Mendes, a rare mistake from that man. Look at the composure here from Gusto to Cruyff it, and then to regain it again and pick out his man. And PSG gave Cole Palmer a sighting in the opening stages. They got away with it then. You can't give that man 2 looks with the left foot that he has. Brilliantly, no power, just
Emang Cole Palmer tuh bola-bola dari tengah lapangan tuh dia paling suka sih, itu bola posisi.
That is only the second goal that Paris Saint-Germain have conceded all tournament.
Ayo bro Chelsea, saatnya parkir bus. Udah 1 gol lumayan. Jangan banyak-banyak. 1 gol aja cukup.
Aldo out with it. Just as João Pedro got contact with the ball. Luis Enrique will know there's a long way to go, but his team have not been at their menacing best in these opening 24 minutes.
Paris Saint-Germain, especially in this tournament, the Champions League final, they've preyed on teams having a high press and committing men out of the back line, but now Chelsea are ahead. They can get in there 2 banks of 4 or back 5 and be hard to break down, almost like Botafogo did in the group stages.
Jadi Chelsea ini harus main defense sih, nggak boleh serakah anjir.
Four people, Nuno Mendes cut out by the distribution from goalkeeper Robin Sanchez. It's Hakimi, João Neves. So much of Paris Saint-Germain's success this season has been forged on scoring first, putting the opponent on the back foot.
Buset.
Can they react to this very impressive Chelsea start?
Kelas cuy, bek kanan Chelsea. Siapa? Rick James.
This season he made enough appearances for Napoli in the first half of the campaign to get a Serie A medal. And got his French League winners medal too in the second half of the campaign.
Look what a break.
Hot Sunday afternoon in New Jersey.
Kok ada break?
Chelsea with just the start they were hoping for. But as we know, in games of football there can be twists and turns. There can be more twists than a New Jersey pretzel. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois will again face off in their major heavyweight rematch for the undisputed heavyweight title. That's in London. It's coming up.
Anjir men, udah lama gak nonton bola, emang sekarang ada begini.
DAZN, the global home of sport with championship boxing, football, golf, and much more. These cooling breaks, hydration breaks do give the coaches the opportunity for an
Nanti
impromptu
pas dia ada babak kedua ngapain? Gak tahu sih, berak paling.
Important Chelsea got their goal just before this cooling break, just before Luis Enrique had time to get his side together and maybe they gave him the side tie. He was inches away there after a brilliant flick from João Pedro.
Brilliant angle from the ref cam there. This does give us a wonderful on-field view. Since the start of the season, Paris Saint-Germain have won every competition they've been involved in. Desiree Doué's had their best chance so far.
Kipernya Chelsea juga GG si Robert Sanchez.
Robert Sanchez, his legs and his
Semoga PSG tambah 1 gol, kampret.
So much praise rightly lauded on Paris Saint-Germain.
Tahu-tahu Chelsea tambah 1.
We're about to find out how good they really are.
Chelsea tambah 1 cuy.
Kimi from Duang. This is Vitinha. Space here for Nuno Mendes. Dembele. Vitinha so good throughout the tournament. He's run the most of any player of any team during this Club World Cup.
Kalau Palmer hat-trick gak mungkin.
Colwell on the ball down the right side, sends Cole Palmer chasing. Cole Palmer, the way opens up for Cole Palmer! He's done it again!
Buset bro, Cole Palmer bro. Mati kau. 2 gol aja udah cukup. Mati.
Stunning first 30 minutes from Chelsea in the Club World Cup final.
Well, Cole Palmer was unstoppable for the first 8
PSG
months of
kayaknya
the season.
Mainnya jelek bro kali ini bro. Kok bisa ya?
The qualifications with a Champions League spot as well as a Conference League final win against Real Betis. But 6.5 weeks on, we were hoping for a Cole Palmer breakout tournament. And he got his goal against Palmeiras a couple matches ago. But on this left-hand side, with that wand of a left foot, it's a great run from Gusto because it causes the defenders to hesitate if he cuts that
PSG
ball back
kecapean.
across for a first-time finish for Gusto.
Semua pemain pada capek coy. Kok kira Chelsea gak capek?
At the top of the penalty area, almost mimics the goal he scored 7 minutes earlier.
Enggak bro, ini kayaknya taktik permainan mereka tuh tidak cocok untuk Chelsea kayaknya. Soalnya strategi itu cocok-cocokan bro.
Paris Saint-Germain, having been so dominant throughout the tournament, have now conceded twice in the first half an hour of the final. The European champions winning 10 of their last 11 matches. Chelsea winning 13 of 15 in all competitions. Two teams very much in form, but it's Chelsea who have come out firing today. Here's Dembele, cut out by Cucurella.
Well, the confidence is entirely visible right now for
Takutnya
Chelsea.
serangan balik.
And Luke, to put that into context,
Tuh prediksi saya 2-0 betul kan?
Final win against Inter. A 4-0 win against Atletico Madrid at the Rose Bowl.
Tapi gak tahu lah namanya sepak bola nih. Gak ada yang tahu anjir.
Real Madrid 4-0 a few days ago here. To see this type of start from Chelsea is extraordinary, considering we're in the first calendar year of what Enzo Maresca has been trying to put together, building upon the departure of last season with Mauricio Pochettino.
Cleared away by Chalobah, right wide to Neto on the far side.
Ya tapi kalau misalnya PSG mainnya kayak begini terus, mereka gak bisa menang bro. Soalnya mereka di depan gawang tuh buntu mereka.
PSG were 3 up against Real Madrid after 24 minutes. Now they have a 2-goal deficit to try and return from. Cole Palmer's last game with multiple first-half goals was his 4-goal performance against Brighton last September, when all 4 goals were scored in the first half. Nuno Mendes with the ball all the way back towards Donnarumma.
Manchester City buang Cole Palmer tuh mereka sekarang nyesal gak sih?
Really does have a cause and effect of the most powerful manner for Chelsea and Enzo Maresca, because it allows Malo Gusto to be higher down this right-hand side, Cole Palmer to be tucking underneath, and effectively do everything we were predictive of between this man, Desiree Doué, and Achraf Hakimi on the opposite side for PSG. They've effectively out-PSG'd PSG in this first 33-34 minutes.
With Cole Palmer's brace, it's now 194 goals scored in this FIFA Club World Cup tournament. This match number 63. We've had 2 hat-tricks, Musiala and Abu Ali, and Cole Palmer is 1 goal away.
So
Recording a hat-trick in the final. In the 34th minute, as the referee awards the free kick here, the way of Chelsea. Chelsea playing in their 3rd Club World Cup final. In its previous format, much smaller of
sekarang tuh
course.
saya cuma takut tuh kalau Palmer pindah.
2021, the final played in February of 2022, a 2-1 victory against Palmeiras after extra time. Havertz winning it with a penalty.
Takutnya tuh kalau Madrid atau PSG beli, soalnya mereka kan punya banyak duit bro.
After half an hour of that game, as a yellow card is shown. First player into the book is Neto.
Takutnya tuh mereka kasih harga bagus, terus pemilik Chelsea yang sekarang kan muka duit.
Sanchez with the crossfield ball straight out of play on the far side. Luis Enrique has never played or managed against Chelsea. 55-year-old in charge of Paris Saint-Germain now for 2 years. Won a Club World Cup with Barcelona in 2015. The final that day was a 3-0 win against River Plate. Mendes across the back for Beraldo.
Saya maunya tambah satu lagi lah gol.
It's been really intelligent the way the two center backs
Gue
for
sambil
Chelsea
main
have stepped.
Roblox.
Levi Colwell right now sitting centrally in the top of the center circle with Ousmane Dembele. Trevor Chalobah, he's dipped in on a few occasions with Fabian Ruiz as he drops back.
Tambah
And
satu
now
lagi
Moises
lah.
Caicedo going 1v1 with Desiree Doué.
Hakimi in towards Doué. Goes off Caicedo. And a free kick given here.
He's booted the ball and delaying the restart. There's going to be another yellow card.
2 yellows now, both going the way of Chelsea, with Moises Caicedo joining his teammate Pedro Neto in the book.
Oh, he's apologetic, but he booted the ball. He toe-poked it off the signboard on the far side, and obviously delaying the restart. It's a foul, and it's frustrating, and he was apologetic, but he's still held accountable.
Kvaratskhelia. Now Mendes. This is Vitinha. Everyone back behind the ball for Chelsea. Doué against Caicedo on the far side. Support wide from Hakimi, but he couldn't find anybody there as Caicedo plays it forward. Picked up by Beraldo. Pressure coming quickly there on Marquinhos from Neto.
I think
Tambah
one of
satu
the
lah
big benefits
Chelsea.
for Enzo Maresca in this tournament that doesn't often spoken about is the fact that he's had this group of players in the build for the start of next season.
Over the top towards Ruiz. Robert Sanchez comes a long way. He gets there first and into touch on the far side for a throw for Paris Saint-Germain with 37 minutes on the clock here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, the venue that will stage the World Cup final a little over a year from now.
Look at these 7 matches we've seen at the FIFA Club World Cup for Enzo Maresca. We've seen 4 or 5 legitimate different shapes and identities. And whether that's Pedro Neto on the right-hand side, the left-hand side, Malo Gusto sitting as a rolling 6, sometimes on the left, sometimes on the right, or even Reece James in more of a subtle number 6 destroyer position alongside Moises Caicedo and really allowing Enzo to flare up on that left-hand side, Cole Palmer to flare on this right-hand side. One of the benefits of being together and integrating all of this new young talent and probably figuring out a summer where they need to generate some money with outgoing players. Nani Madueke, one of those players. That benefit, I think, is on show. The start of this match, the fact that this group in a calendar year is able to match what we've seen from PSG, not only throughout the course of this season, but in this tournament, has been extraordinarily high level.
Gusto chasing onto the ball forward. This was the tussle that led to one of Chelsea's goals here. Mendes this time able to hold off Gusto. As Donnarumma plays it out to the right side for Marquinhos.
Gak sia-sia. Tapi belum tahu sih.
Neto on the far side from Hakimi's ball forward for a throw here for
Masih
PSG.
ada babak kedua, bro. Apa saja bisa terjadi dalam sepak bola.
They've been aggressive, they've been organized. Luke,
Apalagi
they've been
PSG
relentless
nih
from the opening
kalau
whistle.
serangan balik nih lumayan gacor.
Beraldo gets a touch. Doué playing it back for Beraldo. The central defender finds João Neves. Enzo Fernandez getting there very quickly to force PSG backwards. Fabian Ruiz carrying it forward. Spaniard wide to that right side, looking for Hakimi. Two goals from Cole Palmer have Chelsea in front here. Vitinha.
Ini saya yakin kalau Chelsea juara nih nanti di eFootball keluar kartu Cole Palmer. Kau percaya?
Ruiz with the ball curled into the middle and a big punch away there by Sanchez as João Neves was about to throw himself at the ball and Neto is away down the left.
Ayo serangan balik.
Charging forward. João Pedro making the run into the middle. It's all the way
Anjir, umpan apa?
Was free at the back post. Not the ball that they would have wanted and a yellow card is coming here. Another one.
Buset, Chelsea udah 3 kartu kuning, anjir.
Well, it's a challenge that he has to make, and Kvaratskhelia does a phenomenal job technically of getting away from the initial pressure through the legs. Gusto leaves the leg out. Tactical foul, professional foul. It's a smart foul nonetheless.
Chelsea unable to take advantage of that break forward. They had the numbers up.
Kayaknya bakal ada kartu merah.
5 minutes before the break, plus a little bit of time that will be added on. Really, the only stoppage was the cooling break. Vitinha linking up there with Ruiz.
Anjir, kau dukung PSG.
Dembele has been frustrated up top this afternoon. Hasn't really been able to see much of the ball. Also, Kvaratskhelia on the left and Doué on the right.
Well, Luke, it's been about 15 minutes since Luis Enrique had Bradley Barcola, Zaire Emery, Mayulu all warming up to the right-hand side of the PSG bench. Assets coming on, but bigger picture, bigger question, who do you take off to find the balance needed to get back in this game?
Goes off Colwell. And
Bapak gua sih yang dukung PSG.
And out it goes for a Paris Saint-Germain corner here.
Bilang bapak ganti tim Chelsea. Jangan PSG.
To the far side to take it. Marquinhos coming forward from the back. Ronaldo in there as well. Coutinho with 2 assists in the tournament so far. In towards Doué on the edge of the box after the short corner. Here's Hakimi. Dembele over the top. The ironic cheers from the Chelsea fans, who seem to be dominating the crowd here at MetLife Stadium, certainly in terms of the noise being made.
I guess the question is, Luke, is it fatigue or is it frustration? Because similar to what we saw against Bayern Munich, they are chasing quite a bit defensively without the ball. The difference, Chelsea's punished the mistakes of PSG in transition moments.
Cole Palmer chasing forward. Rolls it through. Joao Pedro and a goal!
Buset, Joao Pedro, bro. Masalahnya nge-lag, Joy.
3-0 for Chelsea in the first half of the Club World Cup final.
Anjir, 3-0, bro.
Spurs are in dreamland against the European champions.
Ntar saya coba ganti ya. Soalnya terlalu HD, bro, kalau dia ZN.
An incredible first half performance here in the Club World Cup final. They scored 4 goals in their last final, the Conference League final against Real Betis. And they have scored 3 in the first half here.
Ini saya di aplikasi ilegal, bro.
Only conceded once in the tournament. Paris Saint-Germain with clean sheets in 7 of their
Itu udah menit berapa di sini? 44 lewat 20 detik.
Cole Palmer with 2 goals and an assist. Joao Pedro has his 3rd Chelsea goal. Here comes Nuno Mendes with the ball through. Goes off Chalobah and Sanchez will play.
Ini kalau Chelsea menang sih berarti cuma mereka tim yang bisa kalahin PSG, bro. Selama ini PSG lawan timnya ngeri-ngeri semua mereka. Anjir, di situ udah 45.
Paris Saint-Germain's biggest defeats this season.
45 plus 6.
Against Arsenal in the Champions League last October. 3-1 against Nice in the league.
Nah, ini barusan nih.
Luke, coming into this match, we talked about small margins.
Oh, bedanya 40 detik ya.
Versus reactive moments. We talked about set pieces. We talked about the psychology versus the physical side of the game. And Chelsea has exposed every flaw.
Masalahnya sekelas Real Madrid di babat 4-0 bro, itu aja udah ngeri tuh. Padahal Madrid juga lagi bagus.
Bukayo with a challenge. He gives away the foul with that tackle on Neves.
Botafogo ngalahin 1-0.
João Pedro scored twice as Chelsea beat Fluminense here in the semi-final. They won 2-1 against Palmeiras and Philadelphia in the quarter-final after scoring 4 against Benfica in the round of 16, although that did go to extra time. Benfica a man down in that extra time period.
Yeah, but wasn't it interesting, Luke? All the narrative
Fans the
surrounding
Jul
this
pakai
run
skin
to the
Chelsea.
final for Chelsea was about who they didn't play. While PSG
Emang gimana
going
cara
through
bedain
Atleti, going
fans
through Bayern Munich, going through
fans
Real
asli
Madrid.
sama karbitan?
The dominance from the opening whistle has been phenomenal. They have dealt with everything that PSG does consistently so well with the ball, and then expose them in transition moments with their offensive strength and their player profiles. The intelligence, the technical ability, the athleticism, they've checked every box in this first half.
PSG kayaknya mainnya terlalu maju deh. Kayak pemainnya tuh pada all out attack.
Bit of space here for Ashraf Hakimi. Hakimi's ball is a good one and Neves with a header, but Sanchez gets down.
Semua tim yang bisa kalahin Madrid pasti dibuat jedak-jeduk. Oh, karena mereka decul. Kiper Chelsea gacor lumayan sih.
Yet to sparkle on this big day of the MetLife. Gamming. Palmer's back helping out Malo Gusto.
Cuma takutnya nih kalau ada penalti.
Chelsea continue to get the upper hand today. John Pedro's determination. Pedro Neto. Vitinha.
Brilliant work from Cole Palmer to double up on Kvaratskhelia. Give Malo Gusto the security.
Kalau saya lihat tuh PSG tuh buntu di depan gawang.
That corner run needed to come from him.
Pertahanannya Chelsea tuh rapi.
So much has been made. Now this was the new generation for Paris Saint-Germain. No longer with the likes of Messi and Neymar back there. And it was no longer top-heavy with egos, but it's a Chelsea team who are putting in the work. And, you know, Palmer obviously got 2 goals, but this is a team
Saya cuma takut tuh penalti.
providing what they need so far. Sort of step by Marquinhos. I think the whistle had already blown. And Paris Saint-Germain with no time to waste. Get on with it quickly. Doué. Chalobah again anticipated it so well, and then had the strength.
Good strength there from Trevor
Tinggal
Chalobah.
strikernya yang masih gak jelas bro. Masa digendong Palmer? Palmer kan pemain gelandang.
Goal number 1. Goal number 2. They were almost identical, weren't they? João Pedro with that bit of Brazilian flair to flick it over Donnarumma. And in their wildest dreams, would Chelsea have thought this first half was going to go as well as this? Palmer. Paris Saint-Germain thought there was a handball there.
Menurut saya gak handball sih.
Beraldo. Fabian Ruiz.
Ya soalnya
Final minute of stoppages ahead of the break.
si Gusto tuh bagus bro mainnya bro.
Out of sorts. Paris Saint-Germain have got to try and pull themselves together.
Iya tadi di awal tuh 4-2-3-1 bro. Cuma di pertandingan tuh bisa berubah-berubah. Misalnya lagi serang mereka bakal rubah formasi, nanti bertahan berubah formasi lagi bro. Kalau untuk sekarang tuh tim sepak bola sekarang tuh mainnya tuh fleksibel.
It's great control.
Anjir men. Buffering bro. Udah prit. Buset. Kalau gitu berak dulu lah. Berak dulu anjir.
Bing bong, squeeze me. Bing bong, squeeze me. Bing bong, squeeze me. It is funny, yeah.
Get in on the jokes with comedy on Audible.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to la 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 la. Physically fit, physically fit, physically, physically, physically. Come on, physically fit, physically fit. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
It starts with an engineer providing access to thousands of Shell EV chargers, helping supply more than 20% of the UK's gas. Getting it from here to here. Investing in people and communities to build skills for the energy transition. Shell is helping power the UK, now and into the future.
How long is it to Nan's house anyway?
Could get a Mackey's on the way.
Side mission accepted.
I'm loving it! What is going on? Why have you stopped playing?
He's off on a Mackey's side mission.
On the way home, we get a McDonald's.
Good time, take a break!
Set. Di TikTok udah ada yang jeduk-jeduk. Buset. Ini kalau tambah satu lagi, Chelsea emang udah gila sih. Kalau misalnya tambah satu gol. Anjir, tadi ada Seno. Skor 5. Kalau Chelsea bisa 5 gol, Hanif menggila tuh.
Spectacular first half display from the London club. Cole Palmer with two goals and an assist. We still await for Chelsea to make their way back out, but it is the same 11 out there, Dunny, for PSG.
Well, we were wondering with Mayulo, with Barcola, Zaire Emery, if they would start this second 45 minutes, but I think common sense prevails. Even though that first half was less than ideal and nightmarish at times, Luis Enrique trusts this group of players. They've earned the opportunity to see how they can start this second 45 minutes. For Enzo Maresca, Luke, he chose not to sit back, absorb, and suffer the humiliation that we saw from Real Madrid on Wednesday afternoon. By the way, penny for the thoughts of Xabi Alonso. But this Chelsea, they showed electrifying dominance both with and without the ball throughout that 45 minutes.
Iya bro, emang nontonnya di mana?
Creating special moments.
Chelsea went through the whole tournament without conceding a single goal in the first
Di
half.
aplikasi itu namanya nonton bola.
Scored the third goal today, having scored 2 on his first start for his new club.
Emang nontonnya di mana, bro?
Just a week removed from being on a vacation in his homeland of Rio. He comes in for Chelsea. He gets the start in the semi-final because of the suspension of Liam Delap, and he gets the start in the final and scores again. PSG haven't given up 3 goals in the first half in 134 games until today. Last doing so in February of 2023, a loss against Monaco in a league game. Can the European champions find a way back into this Club World Cup final? Trailing at the midway mark of the 90 minutes by 3 goals to 0. The same 11s for both sides that started the game, as Vitinha kicks off with the now familiar kick-off routine, pinning Chelsea back right by the corner flag.
In the second 45 minutes, it's going to need technique. It's going to take moments of manufacturing momentum. And most importantly, a grit and a fight and a determination to battle through this adversity of what that horrific first 45-minute performance looked like, and show us the worthy champions that they were and that 5-0 win against Inter in the Champions League final 6 or so weeks ago.
They conceded once in their last 8 games heading into today, and have given up 3 here in the first half. Cole Palmer scoring twice in a game for the first time since December. A win in the Premier League by 4 goals to 3 at Tottenham. They were both penalties.
Anjir.
Play forward towards Dembele. Now Beraldo at the back, closed down by Joao Pedro. Mendes down the left side here. Looking for Kvaratskhelia, and then space opening up for Mendes here as he races towards the edge of the box. He has options in the middle. Ruiz is one of them. And Robert Sanchez has to dive down the feet of Fabian Ruiz, the 2-goal hero from the semi-final, to ensure that he couldn't get on that. Chelsea have now faced teams from 17 countries this season. A campaign that started against Manchester City back on August the 18th. They only played more games in the 2012-2013 season when they played 69 games in total. But a club record 45 players used this campaign for Enzo Maresca. Coutinho. Wide to Kvaratskhelia down the left side. He's running at Gusto. Kvaratskhelia cutting inside, and Sanchez gets a touch. Scooped away by Colwill.
They're acknowledging both players, the goalkeeper with that touch into space, and Colwill.
Ya bro, PSG udah agresif bro.
The moment that he's come over from Napoli, he wants to get to the end line.
Mau tidak mau mereka harus menyerang.
That step over, he also wants it on that cultured right foot, and he wants to pick out that far.
Gak mungkin posisinya ketinggalan malah defense.
Do so with devastating effect. 21 shots heading into this match. Had that goal against Seattle, 2 assists as well, but very limited in that first half.
Lovely play from
Cole
Palmer down the right side. Mendes gets back to defend. Reece James.
Chelsea harus tambah 1 nih.
Across the back from Chalobah. Colwill out towards Cucurella. And the flag is up for offside.
Anjir men.
Well, Luke, we talked about the dominance, and we talked about Chelsea out PSGing what PSG has done so well. 3-0 lead at halftime. Chelsea completed just 126 passes in that first half. Possession with purpose, and then recognizing up and over the top there's gaps and spaces in this back four where Chelsea's athleticism can take advantage.
Free kick given here by the referee. Joao Pedro will take his time to get back to his feet. He said after the Fluminense game, when he was asked about not celebrating against his former team, he said, when I was young, I had nothing. They gave everything to me. He moved to Rio at the age of 10 with his mother to join the Fluminense youth setup. Scored twice against them in the Club World Cup semi-final. James with this quickly taken ball down the right side. Palmer plays it in towards the back post, and that will just drop out of play. Chelsea scoring with all 3 of their shots on target. João Neves almost cut out there by Cole Palmer.
And look, there's just the commitment. I mean, you have to have such a monster mentality. Obviously, you have to be connected and you have to be fit, and your fitness level's outrageous. But at this stage of the season, to have the psychological commitment as a unit to believe in the shape, believe in the press, and stifle everything that we've seen PSG do so well throughout the course of this tournament. It's been exceptional from Chelsea.
Coutinho. Gets the ball back from Fabian Ruiz. Positive play here from Coutinho. Looking for Dembele. He couldn't find him as Cucurella covered.
Kayaknya Cucurella ini bakal MVP sih. Antara Cole Palmer, kalau tidak Cucurella MVP. Dua-duanya lagi bagus anjir.
PSG going towards their supporters in this second half of the Club World Cup final. Mendes, Fabian Ruiz.
Very compact, low block. João Pedro splitting both Enzo and Cole Palmer at times.
Marquinhos down the right side. Now it's Hakimi up against Pedro Neto, who got a yellow card in the first half. One of 3 Chelsea players in the book. Neto towards Caicedo. He also got a yellow. And Enzo Fernandez turning, looking to add a club world crown to the world title he won with his country Argentina in Qatar. Doué down the right side, driven into the box, and it falls to
Anjir men,
outstanding save.
hampir gol bro.
Sanchez.
Bajingan.
Well, 2 massive saves in the first 45 minutes, and that is a huge one down to his right-hand side. When he's been called upon, he's been tested. He is passed with flying colors. All the talk heading into this tournament was, did Chelsea need a new goalkeeper? And that reaction save is fantastic to his right-hand side. In a similar fashion of what we saw to his right and his left in that first half.
Robert Sanchez only played once during Chelsea's
Di sini
run to the
menit
Conference
52
League title.
lewat
Didn't
10.
play in the final. 10 clean sheets in 32 Premier League games this season. Here's Cole Palmer down the right up against Mendes. Pedro, Fernandez and Neto all making their way towards the edge of the box. Geraldo and Fabian Ruiz defending. João Pedro looking to get out of a tight spot. The referee allows play to continue. Kvaratskhelia brings it clear. Cross the back for Marquinhos. Doué. Now Beraldo, 21-year-old Brazilian defender. Vitinha gliding through the midfield finds Ruiz. Now Dembele trying to get on the outside of Chalobah, all the way across goal. Cucurella can deal with it. Pushing it forward towards Enzo Fernandez in that battle there with Marquinhos. Juan Neves with a challenge. Chelsea want the free kick, and once again the referee allows play to continue. Enzo Maresca is right down towards the fourth official.
Anjir, ini PSG bisa gol sini.
Turning against Gusto, out for a corner on the far
Buset,
side.
ini ngeri sih.
Enzo Maresca still furious in the face of the fourth official.
He's got to be really careful right now. He's demonstrative. He's swinging his arms around in the face of the fourth official. Fourth official had walked over to try to calm him down, had a couple more verbal volleys for him. Enzo gets up, and probably a byproduct of the frustration of the yellow card shown in the first half.
Mendes swings the cross in. Reece James takes a swing to get it away on the far side.
Deg-degan bro
Better
ini bro.
start. Second half, better start. Now it's game management. Understanding that Chelsea's up 3-0, they're going to play a lower block. They're not necessarily going to press in that same manner.
Doué with space and strikes for goal.
Tambah 1 lah.
No immediate pressure. Reece James steps up at the last second and a good distance wide of that right post. He's trying to manufacture that moment of something special, and we've seen that brilliance throughout this tournament from Desiree Doué.
João Pedro chasing here, and he gets to the ball first up against Beraldo. João Pedro towards the box, he goes down, he wants the penalty.
Anjir men, tidak penalti cuy.
Close by, had a good look at it and waved it away immediately.
Wih.
Not interested at all. Vitinha. Hakimi. Levi Caldwell said ahead of this one, we can't afford to let it get into a basketball match, one end to the other.
Well, it's a significant mismatch in terms of the player profile and the athleticism for João Pedro going up with the ball into space. We've got some afters really starting to kick off.
Cole Palmer skips past the challenge of Fabian Ruiz on the far side.
Ini antara dua bro. Kalau udah mulai menyerang gini nih, bisa juga mereka bangkit, bisa juga kena serangan balik.
Chalobah forward for Caicedo. Ecuadorian midfielder. Quick exchange of passes with James and then back towards Colwell. Chelsea look to keep possession.
Soalnya mau tidak mau mereka tuh dipaksa harus main menyerang.
That is not going to benefit Lucas Beraldo in his 1v1 battles with Joao Pedro. This is going to be moments where they miss Pacho in this starting 11.
Caicedo across the back. They're getting the olays now here from the Chelsea fans in the stands. And Fernandez caught by Vitinha. I think he will escape a yellow card here, Vitinha.
So in the last couple of seasons for Chelsea, and coming off that backside of the 2021 Champions League final win, we've seen
harusnya penalti tuh, mereka tarik baju anjir.
We've seen turnovers of multiple managers as well as transfer spends that have been extraordinary. But now it's about the celebratory season, not only of Enzo Maresca with a Conference League trophy, but also qualifications for Champions League and the preparation of what this tournament could mean for the 2025-2026 season.
Saturday, July 19th, DAZN brings you another blockbuster boxing fight. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois facing off again for the undisputed heavyweight title in London. You can buy now on DAZN.com.
PSG udah mulai serang, tapi awas serangan balik.
A change is coming for
Hati-hati serangan balik.
and PSG. It looks like it will be Bradley Barcola coming in.
Harus tambah satu lagi nih biar PSG meninggal.
Luis Enrique waits until a couple of minutes before the hour mark here to try and influence this one from the bench. All the way over towards Kvaratskhelia. And here comes the change. And it will be Kvaratskhelia who makes way. He started every game of the tournament. But his Club World Cup is...
Superman. He's forging a path to rule the earth. Thirsting for power.
Has so many enemies.
I was sent here to be a good man.
I will destroy him.
Good luck with that. Rated PG-13.
Buset, iklan anjir.
Mendes with the ball inside here for Fabian Ruiz. Vitinha. Doué, was he fouled there by Caicedo? No. Referee once again close by. Judge that Caicedo got the ball. Here it's played forward. It's Enzo Fernandez who could be in. He couldn't find the ball across to Neto, who's in space on the left.
He loves those runs, especially if Joao Pedro is going to make that initial check. Enzo is going to look to pop out of that midfield and see if he can stretch this back line.
Lovely flick there from Neves into the path of Vitinha. The way opens up for Vitinha. PSG want the corner. And they get it from the referee.
Luke, keep an eye on Enzo Fernandez. He's gone down after that previous run. Vitinha strikes through the ball, lands on his strike foot. Another fantastic fingertip touch from Robert Sanchez. Not sure if it's inside or outside the post, but you can see Enzo where he's reaching the backside of that left hammy. As he had stretched and tried to play that ball back across his body, popped back up, reached for it, and immediately the medical staff from Chelsea tried to make sure that the substitutes were ready and available to replace him if needed.
Ada Hanif seru.
In towards Doué on the edge of the area. He'll flip this cross in towards the back post. Another corner on the near side. Marquinhos was closest to getting on the end of that one.
Well, an important touch once again from Joao Pedro, and it looks like Andre Santos is going to replace Enzo. They were trying to get that change in before that last service coming inside the box.
Did your streaming expire when you least expected? Save the day
Berkira
by using the
kerasukan
Bank of
cek.
America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn
Sebenarnya dia nih
6%
bagus,
cashback
bro.
on online purchases for the first year.
Cuma memang ada satu atau dua match dia mulai jelek. Jadi orang-orang tuh udah mulai menggila, bro. Padahal emang lumayan dia.
Andre Santos, who will come in to replace Enzo Fernandez.
Hanya karena jelek di 1 atau 2 match langsung disuruh jual, bro.
This midfield alongside Moises Caicedo, those two have been so good, but we no longer hear about the acquisition cost and the transfer fee.
Aduh,
of
Enzo
them coming
keluar.
over to Chelsea.
Vitinha with the right foot outswinger in towards the front post. Nuno Mendes picks it up. Hakimi in space down the right side. Back out for Vitinha, and that one is swung deep, far too deep from Vitinha. And a goal kick coming here for Chelsea. The first meeting between these teams since PSG won on aggregate by 4-2 in the Champions League round of 16 in 2015-2016. Andre Santos coming in for a 4th appearance of the tournament. Came on late against Fluminense, played 90 minutes against Palmeiras in the quarter-final on his first Chelsea start. Originally arriving from Vasco da Gama in January of 2023, but spent the season on loan at Strasbourg.
Cedera, bro.
And Luke, that start against Palmeiras was when Reece James broke down in the warm-up.
Itu diganti siapa tuh tadi?
Who was starting as a defensive midfielder, rolled him out to right back. And those adjustments paying dividends not only in that match, but here in the final.
Tinggal main defense.
I think today will, at the end of the 90 minutes, be a clear indication of how Enzo Maresca wants to play going forward.
Palmer against Ruiz down the right side. Support from João Pedro, but Palmer does so well.
Palmer.
Just didn't quite work in the end, but João Pedro able to keep possession. Offside.
Anjir, man.
And Fabian Ruiz in with a little shove on the back of Cole Palmer there.
He's trying to manufacture something, and PSG has to figure out in that gray area, how do they manipulate not only the Chelsea players, but manipulate the referee as well. Because right now, 11 versus 11 with the ball at their feet, it just has not worked out for PSG. Now we get to understand what the temperament of this group of players of Chelsea starts to look like. Again, the starting 11 in the range of 22 to 27 years of age.
Two youngest squads in the tournament.
And I guess the byproduct of that is how beneficial has the experience in Conference League been against teams that they're not necessarily supposed to beat versus teams that they're going to carry a majority of the possessions and the shot generation.
Dembele. Now Hakimi. This is Doué.
Edenzo. Mana nih PSG?
Picked up by Neto deep in his own half for Chelsea.
Kalau udah menit 80 mereka belum gol, fix juara sih.
Down, fouled by Hakimi, and a free kick coming for Chelsea. They'll take their time here with this one. Robert Sanchez has made 5 saves today. Donnarumma yet to have to make a save. Colwell's ball forward, brought down by Marquinhos. Gusto. Chalobah wide to the right for Palmer. Gusto has continued the run forward, but it comes back inside for Moises Caicedo. Andre Santos with the ball forward down the right. Gusto looking to pull the ball back into the box, couldn't find João Pedro. Gusto. Now Neto. Back for Cole Palmer, who is on a hat-trick here. Gusto from distance.
Luke, the ball decision, making the pace off the ball, playing for wide space, using the width, the rotations of the second runs, the wide transition moments, dominance in press. It's been monsters of mentality for Chelsea. And in any other game that's involving PSG, those are the descriptions we're probably using about Luis Enrique's side.
The game against Real Madrid was the 16th time PSG have scored 4 or more goals in the calendar year of 2025. Doué is fouled.
Or Pedro Neto sitting on that yellow card in the 35th minute. Now João Pedro down by the midfield line, stretching out.
Probably wouldn't have expected him to play the full game here today. We mentioned the fact that João Pedro came off in the last round, in the semi-final, making his first start for Chelsea, having come off his vacation to join his new club and get the start. So probably Delap, you would think, would be the player to come in if João Pedro can't continue.
Well, I think there's even a bigger conversation, because that is a very lenient referee's decision, because in any other moment, Pedro Neto probably seeing a second yellow. But now, is it about like for like, or is there potential for a change of system for Enzo Maresca?
Vitinha with the free kick, and Sanchez comes and claims it really well. Excellent goalkeeping there from Robert Sanchez, who joined from Brighton in August of 2023. 3 caps for Spain for the keeper, who has come up with some big saves today.
Oh, he's got it in him, João Pedro, even in a moment where he fouls Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz goes and reaches for a hand up, and João Pedro just walks away. Love his mentality.
Delap masuk, cuy. Udah menang Chelsea. Tunggu sampai angkat piala, bro. Sampai angkat piala, anjir.
What a start to João Pedro's career with Chelsea. The former Brighton man. On his first start, scored twice. On his second start, gets another goal. It was a 3-0 goal after Cole Palmer had scored twice for Chelsea. They were 3 up by half-time.
Paling kalau kuat tuh PSG bisa balas 1 aja.
Another addition coming in from Ipswich Town for just over the equivalent of around $40 million. And here he is straight into the action. Liam Delap racing against Baraldo.
Delap.
It's Delap from distance.
Anjir, men.
Good save from Donnarumma to keep
Buset.
out what would have been goal number 4 for Chelsea.
It was an unnecessary yellow card that found him in a suspended situation that opens a door for João Pedro. And what an impact, immediately trying to pick out that upper left-hand side from Donnarumma.
Tambah 1 dong.
Stretch, losing every inch
Tambah
of that
1.
6'6" frame.
Tambah 1.
Luke, 2 weeks ago, I would have said that Liam Delap was going to be the starting number 9 for Chelsea Football Club. And specific to taking advantage of Nicholas Jackson in that red card against Flamengo. But now, because of that suspension for Liam Delap, all of a sudden, João Pedro looks somewhat untouchable as the number 9 for Chelsea going forward. He's got as much combativeness in him as João Pedro does, that's for sure.
A word from referee Ali Reza Fagani for Liam Delap. Changes being readied on the PSG bench. Donnarumma comes to try and get there, but comes all the way out towards James. Palmer took a swing. Gonzalo Ramos, one of the players that will be coming in, and it looks like the other one is going to be Seni Mayulu. Gonzalo Ramos scored late, having come off the bench against Real Madrid. Now it's Reece James that is down. James in the starting lineup today. 25-year-old who has 19 caps for England, a graduate of the Chelsea youth system, making his full start of the tournament as we hit the cooling break here with a little over 20 minutes remaining of the Club World Cup final, and Chelsea still in control.
Well, really interesting to watch Enzo Maresca's coaching staff walk around him, have conversations. What would be the assumption of the replacing Reece James? We know that they've got to protect him on his return from injury, but he has been fantastic in the 70 minutes played for Chelsea today.
Well, it's the final day of an incredible month here at the Club World Cup, but the soccer doesn't finish on DAZN. European pre-season matches are live this summer, including Barcelona's tour of the Far East, starting with a trip to Vissel Kobe on July 27th. You can also see pre-season matches on DAZN, including Chelsea, Liverpool, Juventus, and more, all live on DAZN. Luis Enrique has had so many accolades about what his side has been able to do this season. The first French club to do the treble, winning the league, the cup, the Champions League. The way they played, the way they destroyed Real Madrid in the semi-final. But today, all credit to Enzo Maresca for the way that he has set up this Chelsea team. Can Luis Enrique find a way to get his PSG side, the European champions, back into this one with 20 minutes remaining?
I think two things have been on show: the width and the rotation in the midfield, but also two teams that are committed to movement off the ball, and that's what's generated the best goal-scoring opportunities this afternoon. Chelsea clinical with their finishing, much to the frustration of their captain Marquinhos. And on the flip side, Robert Sanchez has stood on his head. He has had 4 phenomenal saves in moments where the trajectory of the game could have been drastically altered. This save right here, Donnarumma full stretch. That ball, right arm up and over, window washer. Great push as Liam Delap wants to come back in and make this immediate impact to see if he can put this game to bed.
It's Chelsea's 30th major final since 1997. They've won 18 of their previous 29.
Yeah, a different group, a different manager, and I think what Enzo Maresca, Todd Bowley, everybody involved at Chelsea Football Club are thinking is that this is an opportunity for a new generation of special players wearing that Chelsea jersey. And the start was not only lifting a Conference League title with that 4-1 win over Real Betis, but qualifying for the Champions League with that 4th place finish in the Premier League.
So a triple change with Zaire Emery also coming on alongside Mayulu and Ramos. Enzo Maresca looking to end his first year as the Chelsea boss, having been appointed June 2024 by winning a Club World Cup, the 7th Italian to manage Chelsea, following in some footsteps of huge names like Vialli, Ranieri, Ancelotti, Conte, Sarri and Di Matteo. And there are 17 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here at MetLife Stadium.
Gonzalo Ramos has gone centrally. Ousmane Dembele has gone to this right-hand side. Zaire Emery sits in that pocket. So fresh legs in the central part of the midfield, as well as a different look up top, more direct play into the body of Gonzalo Ramos.
Fabian Ruiz leaves with 3 goals in the tournament. Achraf Hakimi also out. And Desiree Doué, who had a goal, started all 7 games. Finds his Club World Cup ending inside the final 20.
Yeah, and effectively man-for-man in the back with this flat 3. PSG throwing numbers, crowding the midfield, attacking phase of play, looking to get something in this game to find momentum. But the risk versus reward is that athletically, Chelsea's going to cause a lot of problems in transition moments.
Mayulu with Caicedo all over him there is able to win the free kick, which PSG were looking to take quickly, but the referee will bring this one back.
And we watched the conversation of Reece James with his manager after stretching out right before the cooling break started. He's got to know his body, but he also has to have the faith of the manager that when he tells them he's capable of going, they can believe it.
Bartola's ball forward, Mayulu pulls it back. Ramos almost able to get on the end of it. Reece James is there, goes down. The referee allowing play to continue.
Hancur mainnya.
Forward. Emery plays it back towards the 6-yard box. João Neves ball back in.
Chelsea yang terlalu kuat, bro.
Cucurella first to it, goes down, wins the free kick. João Neves trying to pull Cucurella back to his feet.
Cucurella knows what he's doing, and in a moment that they're up 3-0, there's 15 minutes remaining. He's just going to kill some seconds off the clock. Caicedo's going to come over and have the conversation with João Neves. I don't see a world in which Reece James can continue. He looks heavy.
PSG lagi sial atau emang Chelsea yang kuat?
Over just at the top of his penalty area. And I would imagine Enzo Maresca has to make this change now. There he's gone to ground. Take another look as the ball coming across the body, and there's the reach. Landing gear comes up. Cucurella, he feels the challenge. You can see what Luis Enrique thinks.
The assistant referee had his flag up instantly and was maybe 10 yards or so away from making that call. Chelsea 15 minutes plus stoppage time away
Padahal
from a
tuh saya tidak berharap Chelsea
As
menang sih,
Dewsbury
anjir.
Hall will be coming in.
Yeah, looks like Nkunku off his back shoulder as well, getting set to come in.
Tidak banyak berharap.
For the inclusion of Reece James into the starting 11.
Malah awalnya tuh saya berharap tuh Chelsea bisa tahan sampai adu penalti, anjir.
And he's so important to what Chelsea do. And I think it'll be really interesting to see the evolution of his position, whether it's at right back, out for out right back, or playing more as a defensive midfielder in that three with Caicedo and Enzo. Wherever you put him, he just feels like he's the heart and soul of Chelsea Football Club.
And as the changes happen, Cole Palmer called across by Enzo Maresca for a few words about how Chelsea will line up.
Iya, soalnya PSG tuh saya nonton yang waktu final Liga Champion. Anjir men, itu tuh pressingnya tuh ngeri, bro. Sampai-sampai tim lawan tuh tidak bisa bergerak. Jadinya saya mikir, anjir ini kalau ketemu Chelsea ini mati nih.
To effectively 6 players in the attacking phase of play with Vitinha protecting that back three. So the hunt for goals versus the hunt for transition goals to kill this game and get the 4th for Chelsea.
Pedro Neto leaves the game, his 51st appearance in all competitions this season. Right now, the golden boot is going to Gonzalo Garcia of Real Madrid. He has 4 goals, but he also has an assist, and that is why he would win the tiebreak with other players that have 4 goals. Neto, who just left the game, was on 3. Cole Palmer has 3 goals. He also has 2 assists. So if Palmer was to score here in the final minutes of this one, he would also get the golden boot.
Again, a penny for the thoughts of Xabi Alonso in Real Madrid. And the introduction of Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius on that left, and pushing Gonzalo Garcia over to that right-hand side. After that 4-0 loss, you just wonder from a regretful standpoint if he would have done it different given the opportunity again.
Barcola, the ball forward here for Vitinha. Up against Cole Palmer. Palmer with a foot in, well won back. Nuno Mendes in with the challenge. Liam Delap was in there as well. Andre Santos gives away the free kick.
Luke, at the end of the day, we'll be celebrating Cole Palmer's 2 goals as phenomenal finishes and superstar celebrity with what he's capable of doing on the ball, but his work rate off the ball defensively has been outstanding this afternoon.
Barcola against Gusto. Back for Vitinha. Now it's Marquinhos with a little bit of space here, rolls it out to the right side for Zaire Emery. Dembele all the way across towards Nuno Mendes. João Neves picks it up on the far side. Achraf Hakimi leaving the game. He'd played all
PSG kalau tidak bisa gol 1 aja juga bodoh sih.
We were discussing before the game about the standouts for PSG beyond the goal scorers. We were talking about Vitinha and his influence. Achraf Hakimi, 2 goals and 2 assists in the tournament. Pretty nullified today by this Chelsea team. This ball played over the top side. Emery can't get there as Sanchez can claim.
Luke, I said it in the first half. Chelsea has out PSG'd at their own game. And by the way, every ball should be played in the shadows to allow Liam Delap to just chase.
Delap in around the back of Chelsea. It's Liam Delap. Touch from Donnarumma takes it behind for a Chelsea corner. It's the second good chance that Delap has had since coming off the bench.
More specific to the second 45 minutes, we're seeing how much Donnarumma misses Pacho, the 23-year-old, in that 2-game suspension following his challenge on Goretzka in the dying moments of that Bayern Munich match.
Sekolahnya 6.30 tapi kan kau harus siap-siap, bro.
The player profile to be running down into the channels against either.
Oh, di sana masih jam 4 kan? Mending tidur lagi.
If it's a foot race, he's losing it every single time.
Santos with the ball forward. Little flick there from Gusto. Out of play for a Chelsea throw
Tidur aja, bro.
on the far side.
Di sana masih jam 4 kan?
Cole Palmer. Coutinho couldn't quite get a foot in as Cucurella helps it out to Levi Colwill. Colwill's ball over the top, headed away by Marquinhos. Zaire Emery comes away. Colwill tugs at the jersey.
Ini bisa sampai sebulan sih senyum.
It's boiling over here a little bit in the closing moments.
Yeah, control the temperament right now for Chelsea. Less than 10 minutes remaining, you're up 3-0. No need to find yourself in a situation where the referee is allowed to show a red card.
Buset, bro, langsung.
Barcola across to the left side, up against Gusto. Barcola still going, but he couldn't get the power
Anjir,
or the
man.
direction to beat Sanchez. Dewsbury Hall looking down the left side. Cole Palmer couldn't keep it in play. Palmer has scored 3 hat-tricks for Chelsea, including one this season when he got 4 against Brighton in September.
Tebak MVP antara, kalau menurut saya sih, Robert Sanchez, Cucurella, kalau enggak Palmer sih. Di saya ini menit 82. 82 lewat 20.
Might not be PSG's day right now. They're running out of time. The frustration boiling over a little bit as well.
Luke, they lost 1-0 against Botafogo with Igor Jesus' goal, the goal that subsequently got his move to Nottingham Forest following the end of their tournament. But that was different. It was 5 or 6 players rotated on the afternoon from Luis Enrique, and they dominated every statistic available. They just couldn't hit the back of the net. Today, they've just been outplayed on both sides of the ball.
Blue.
In a match in which we weren't sure which direction Enzo Maresca would choose to go.
Saya penasaran reaksinya Hanif sih kalau dia tahu skor.
As well as Real Madrid. They not only matched what Vincent Kompany and Bayern Munich did well, that's a heavy swing through Cucurella through the backside. But they've done it better. They have done it better.
Coutinho. Now Dembele.
84th minute, Cucurella still as antagonistic as ever on this left-hand side.
Bang Hanif, kenapa dia?
Who is up against Gusto. Cucurella's gone down.
It was a slap from Joao Neves.
Dia kan pendukung Munyok, bro. Emang dia suka kalau lihat Chelsea juara.
VAR. Bastian Donker the opportunity to take a look.
Pas defense MU,
yeah, it happened off the ball and
kejam-kejam.
Again, Cucurella, he's been having words, he's been throwing his hands around, and he just got stuck in on a really heavy challenge. But watch right there, it's a bump off the ball, it's a hair pull, and this could be escalated. And we'll see if this rises.
Pemain PSG udah mulai rese, bro. Kok suruh Chelsea bawa piala ke Inggris? Soalnya Munyok gak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Kenapa nih Fer?
This yellow, I would think, about to be upgraded to a red card, and PSG having lost William Pacho and Lucas Hernandez in that quarter-final against Bayern, losing discipline late in the game, could go down to 10 here in the final.
Wah, ini kartu merah sih ini.
Cucurella is no saint in this moment. He draws the reaction by the bump off the ball for no reason, but it's the reaction that's going to go punished for Joao Neves.
Merah nih fix.
Number 87 of white team moved ahead and he committed violent conduct. So he received a red card.
Tsunami Trophy Munyok nih bukan jokes tahunan. Udah jadi jokes abad ini.
With his team trailing by 3 goals to nil inside the final 5 minutes of play.
PSG tambah bodoh main. Mereka kayaknya udah stres, gak bisa tembus. Makanya mulai cari masalah.
And Chelsea, having won the Europa Conference League, are closing in on a Club World Cup title as Ramos closes down quickly there against Robert Sanchez. It was just 6 weeks ago that Luis Enrique and PSG were on the bus parade down the Champs-Élysées, having been crowned European champions, winning the Champions League for the first time.
Bikin orang gak tahan pengen jambak, bro.
It looks to add a global crown.
Kayak David Luiz dulu juga sering dijambak rambutnya.
But on this day, in East Rutherford, New Jersey, it looks as if Paris Saint-Germain will fall short. Moises Caicedo has the foul given against him.
Jangan bro, jangan tampilkan di layar bro, takut kena peringatan YouTube. Soalnya ini hak siar, cuy.
Caicedo comes across, he's late. He puts his hand up. You can see that right arm immediately. He
Besok
knows he's late on the
channel langsung angus.
And again, going back to the bump off the ball, it's unnecessary from Cucurella. He's operating in that gray area. He gets away with it. He initiates the contact, but it's the reaction that gets caught from João Neves. By pulling the hair of Cucurella, he goes down.
Bahaya,
the
bro.
intervention from VAR is immediate.
Vitinha stands over it. Marquinhos forward from the back. Beraldo in there as well. Inside the final 3 minutes, plus whatever time is added on. Vitinha goes short. Mendes on the edge of the box. It takes the deflection. And out of play off Gusto for a PSG corner on the far side. Vitinha wraps it in towards the front post. Gusto's header away. Palmer gives it
Kayaknya
straight
besok
back
di
to
Roblox
Zaire
juga
Emery.
orang-orang pada beli jersey Chelsea di Roblox.
And that one is just allowed to rush out of play by Andre Santos, who encourages the crowd to get behind this Chelsea team.
Ayo cuy, angkat piala cuy.
Well, for a team in this tournament that seemingly had conceded goals that were avoidable, or at least we felt they were avoidable, today they've been as close to perfect as possible on the
Dembele udah nangis, bro.
Just the second time this season that Paris Saint-Germain have conceded 3 goals.
Tambah satu lagi, ayo.
3 goal margin would be their biggest defeat of the campaign. The last team to beat Paris Saint-Germain by 3 was Newcastle United in October of 2023. A 4-1 win for Newcastle in the Champions League. Vitinha.
Maulana tuh decul.
Up against Chalobah. Bartolo's ball clipped into the middle.
Anjir men, hampir bro.
Is able to get it away. Ramos head in hands.
Well, he felt like he was in the right
Fabian
place
Ruiz
at the right
hampir,
time,
bro.
but somehow that ball comes off him, falls to the left foot of Cucurella, and he just plays it out of pressure.
Deflects off Palmer.
Ya Maulana decul dia.
Ball brings it down. Cole Palmer long downfield looking for Delap.
Ayo Delap.
Brings it down. Marquinhos wanted a free kick. Nothing given.
Ayo Delap.
Delap against Beraldo.
Delap. Anjir bodoh Delap. Jual aja Delap.
And a yellow card, I think, coming for Ramos. No, the referee lets that one go, but it will be a free kick here for Chelsea.
Well, Liam Delap initially slows himself down to allow Nkunku to get forward and potentially
Ngefans 20 itu boleh kagak bang? Gak tahu sih, harusnya sih sah-sah aja bro. Cuma emang kalau ngefans dua-duanya terus saling ketemu, emang kau dukung yang mana anjir? Tapi kayaknya susah bro untuk ngefans sama dua klub.
5 minutes of time to be added on. 5 minutes
Saya belum
standing between
pernah
Chelsea
ketemu orang ngefans sama
and a
dua klub.
World Championship crown. Vitinha fouled by Nkunku.
Beda liga. Lah kalau ketemunya di Liga Champion. Halo Firly.
Mendes down the line. Gusto sliding in. Barcola was there. Andre Santos back there. Chalaba clears it into touch. Every challenge being cheered now by the Chelsea fans in the stands.
Jangan kasih gol. Biarin 3-0 biar mampus.
Across for Vitinha.
Satunya Syria. Emang siapa kau?
Marquinhos.
Emang kau ngefans dua klub?
Drops towards Barcola at the back post.
Offside.
Flag is up for offside.
Offside, Cok.
Oh, the defensive shape. Look at this line. Top of your penalty area. Hopeful ball pinged in as it comes back across. Barcola brings that ball down. Not sure which player was judged to be in an offside position by the AR on the near side. But defensively, this performance from this back four and these midfielders have been outstanding from the opening whistle.
Jarang ketemu. Saya malah gak pernah ketemu, bro.
Phenomenal year. And what a statement this is for Chelsea and Enzo Maresca.
Emang dia ngefans sama tim apa?
Zaire Emery turned around there by Cole Palmer. This is Vitinha. Andre Santos carries it forward. Here's Delap.
Tebak gua fans kayaknya Barca sama kalau Liga Italia itu mungkin AC Milan sih.
He comes all the way back towards Chalaba. 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Vitinha very slow to get back to his feet. Colwell away.
Iya, ini tinggal tunggu angkat piala aja, bro.
All 3 goals scored in the first half for Chelsea.
Ayo.
Cole Palmer in the 22nd and 30th minute. João Pedro assisted by Palmer in the 43rd.
Spanyol paling berarti Madrid. Masa Real Betis?
Zaire Emery.
Ayo wasit, yuk wasit.
Cole Palmer back doing the defensive work. Having made a huge impact at the other end of the pitch today. Gusto climbs to head away.
Ayo wasit.
Caicedo with the captain's armband on. Forward it goes here for Nkunku.
Tambah satu.
Cole Palmer. He was on his horse there for a second.
Delap against Beraldo. As Liam Delap heads towards the corner here.
Oh.
That's a terrible challenge.
Iya bro, PSG mainnya jadi gak karu-karuan anjir.
The yellow card shown.
Mainnya jadi kasar.
He's got to be careful because he might walk himself into another with the way that he's approaching the referee. And now Malo Gusto getting all the Chelsea supporters going. That is an exceptionally hard challenge from Nuno Mendes.
The Chelsea bench, all on the edge of the technical area, standing ready to invade the pitch. A matter of 60 seconds away from the final whistle.
Di sini pemain cadangannya baru mau siap lari, bro.
Andre Santos, the substitute, goes down as the referee allows PSG to bring this one forward. Vitinha looking long towards Barcola, and a free kick given here for Chelsea. 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds standing between Enzo Maresca and Chelsea, and a second trophy in the last few weeks.
Tinggal tidur, harusnya tinggal tidur. Saya tuh rencananya mau tinggal tidur di babak kedua sih tadi. Cuma pengen lihat angkat piala aja anjir.
Just moments away from the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup title. Moises Caicedo unable to get on the end of that one.
Satu selalu prediksi kalau misalnya di final Chelsea gol duluan tuh mereka balasnya tuh susah, bro.
Against all the odds, Chelsea find a way to beat a PSG team that looked unstoppable. Blue is the color on club football's grandest stage.
Halo Ogi, udah menang Ogi.
World champions.
Chelsea juara Ogi. Buset, kiper cadangannya Chelsea ada 5, bro. Anjir, men.
Nuno Mendes has to walk away. As the afters right now, suspensions and fines incoming if they don't watch the temperament that's needed right now.
Ugly scenes in a moment of celebration as Maresca leads Donnarumma away. Trying to save the Italian keeper from further trouble.
Gila, bro, kipernya Chelsea 5 ngapain?
Is also one of embarrassment. But for Enzo Maresca, the margin for error was almost 0. And was that Hakimi or Luis Enrique? Hakimi.
Oh, Joao Pedro ditonyor sama pelatih PSG, bro.
A heavy suspension and fine for his reaction. And right now, PSG's just got to get off the field.
Kepalanya Joao Pedro ditonyor.
A celebratory moment for Chelsea, marred by the reaction of PSG as Enzo Maresca trying to get his group of players together. For Chelsea today, the margin for error was almost 0. They were aggressive, they were organized with their high press. And today, Luke, they were untouchable. Worthy of winners, this performance.
PSG were looking to end an incredible season with a triumph on the global stage.
Onana
The
cadangin.
European champions fail in their bid to
Onana
take
emang masih dipakai
the
Onana.
world title. Cole Palmer is the man of the match.
Kayaknya
It's
MU tuh
Chelsea
kena
who will
karma, bro.
celebrate long into the night.
Udah dia masih gacor malah dibuang.
Palmer finishes the tournament with 3 goals and 2 assists. On a day when Chelsea came out with
Mending
2
tur
goals
aja,
in
bro.
the opening half an hour from Cole Palmer, 2 wonderful finishes, and Joao Pedro in just his second start for the club since his move.
Gigi bang,
Added a
PSG
third goal
kenok.
assisted by Palmer 2 minutes before half
Bukan
time.
kenok lagi,
It was
Ogi.
3-0 at the break,
Rata, bro.
and that's how it stayed. And the message on the back of that jersey we just saw there, worn by the Chelsea players, is clear and simple.
Player of the match Palmer.
World
Harusnya
champions.
kasih ke kiper sih. Dia save-nya banyak, bro, tadi, bro.
The global representation, significantly higher stakes, and today
Tapi
even
menurut
more
saya sih
visibility
Cucurella sih.
for Chelsea Football Club.
Dia kantongin hampir
Great
semua
scenes for Chelsea, for the
striker.
players and their fans. The celebrations will continue and much more to come here from MetLife Stadium. Stay with us.
Anjir, men, gak ditunjukin angkat pialanya, anjir.
Fanapt allopurinol is approved for adults with bipolar 1
Buset,
disorder
dah
with
kelar,
acute,
anjir.
mixed or manic episodes. Unlike some drugs
Tunggu,
for
coy.
bipolar 1 disorder, nausea, vomiting, and restlessness are not common with Fanapt. Fanapt may be associated with serious side effects. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis treated with antipsychotics are at increased risk of
Nggak
stroke or
sia-sia
death.
begadang, anjir.
Fanapt is not approved for elderly with dementia-related psychosis. Fanapt prolongs the QT interval and may be associated with abnormal
Turu,
heart
cuy.
rhythm or sudden death. In 5% or more of people in clinical trials, heart rate increases, dizziness,
Nggak ada serunya, bro.
weight gain, dry mouth, stuffy nose, sleepiness, and increases in liver enzymes have been observed.
Alarm
These are
ngep-ngep
not
malah
all the side
bu-
effects. Talk to your prescriber and learn more at fnapt.com.
Iya ya, PSG kali ini mainnya berantakan, bro. Saya juga sampai gak habis pikir.
If you're on the pitch and you get one of these, you're out of the game. No substitution. And like a red
Mending
card,
turu, Cok.
no substitution for betting with DraftKings. But unlike a red card, you can always stay in the game. Because whether you strike at a live goal scorer, throw in the perfect parlay, or support your squad.
Iya bro, turu bro. Saya juga mau tidur anjir.